I want to get off the streets of Onitsha. Because what you are committing is an abomination against the land itself. You people are behaving exactly, you think you're doing the right thing, but you're behaving exactly like a Nyawood. Courtesy of the zoo police. Extorting money from people. So in the end, they will say, oh, it's IPOB, that everywhere is them. There is somebody called, is it Damboski, whatever his name is, from Okpoko. A wing of Mazop in Okpoko. There's another one called Awosa from Awada. Understand? So appealing to Rojeni. Okrisibo. I am asking the Igwe of Oba. Withdraw the... I am asking Rojeni, please. Withdraw these people from our streets and the Igwe of Oba. Criminals. We need them later to fight the enemies when they come. We are not fighting ourselves. Let us treat them the way we normally treat them. We are now going to go back to, we have 2 streaming lines, not just one, 2 but 2. So that if they mess up on one, the other one will be working. Since they are smart, we also want to let them understand how smart we are. If you are part of these people blocking our roads, extorting money from people, breaking into banks, clear from the road, Onitsha Owerri Road to Oba Junction, get away from there. Get away from there. Get away from there immediately. And I'm asking our people in that part of the world, because they, if anything goes wrong, is IPOB. There are those in Ohozara. You know me, I don't hide anything. There are those in Ohozara robbing people and destroying properties in Ohozara of people. That is not what we asked you to do. I said, in case you're hard at hearing, I said federal government buildings, not to set up roadblocks along Owerri Road and extorting money for the same thing you're complaining about. There is checkpoint everywhere. Everywhere there is army. Look at how you're behaving like wild beasts. These idiots. I'm asking this fool called Awosa and Damboski. You work for the Nigeria police. And you're on the road extorting money from people. If you don't get out of there in the next 10 minutes, you people are dead. 10 minutes only. And you're dead. We are talking about a revolution. To busy robbing them. Maybe that's what Wazirike taught you. To rob people and get nonsense will suffice in Biafra. You are mad, you're insane. I said, destroy. I said, if the police fire at you, you kill them. That's what I said. I said, go and get Ibazu. Go and get Okorocha, Awosa for that matter. I forgot the idiot. Get him. That's what I said. And you're busy robbing your own people. That is the thing about we blacks. I don't know who put this. You see somebody who is suffering. Let me explain it to you so you understand. You have a woman, a mother crying, raping me, they're killing me. Fulani, Mietiala, filthy, uncircumcised bastards descending on your mother. Instead of you to chase them away and rescue your mother, cover her and take her to a hospital for treatment, once the people ran away, you yourself decided to rape your own mother. That is what you're doing on Upper Iweka. Robbing your own people you're suffering with. And you're robbing them. people that you are suffering with, people that you are crying with every day. You are the one, right? What is wrong with you, black people? Why are you so evil? We are protesting. We are in the mood of a revolution. You must understand that. Get them off the streets. Boski, Awasa, get off the streets of Onitsha in 10 minutes only. If you want to protest, you protest. If you want to steal, you go somewhere else. This nonsense going on to bring a security network or outfit that will protect our land from protesting, it will not stop us from burning down police stations, destroying people who are destroying our lives. But you see, innocent, nothing shall befall them. That's what we are going to do. In Ohozara and you're listening. If you are in Ohozara and you're listening, let it not be that some of you who are outside robbing people, we are those we freed from prison, or to go and free other prisoners. That's what you're doing. Disturbing the peace. What for? We love ourselves. You must understand that very clearly. IPOB has all this nonsense won't be happening. Nigerian youths, and you're behaving like those of them, those wild dogs in Abuja, calling themselves politicians. That's what you're doing. Abused you. Now the only thing you know is to abuse and bastardize other people. Such nonsense must be for making sure that no banks, no private businesses are touched. You don't do that. In a revolution, you don't. You don't do that. The criminals of Afenifere to that of Ohaneze, you'll then be able to know and see who the real traitors are. The Fulani Janjaweed. Is any word? A slave. Fulani. I'm even sure he was part of the meeting where they planned. Oh, how do we destroy them? How do we cause disunity? How can people be there? And the East and the West are united. Do something. He went and said, I destroyed the Yoruba economic assets in Lagos. Nyamwood. Those he claimed that I destroyed their assets, they issued a statement. And the statement reads as follows. If you will bear with me for a second. So that we get it right. That the world may know that what we are here for to liberate our peoples. If I can borrow that very word of Afenifere. To liberate our peoples. Afenifere said you can no longer divide also. Yoruba. Whereas an Igbo man is saying you can divide us. Igbos are disturbing, are wrecking properties in Lagos. An Igbo man. It's now Yoruba who is saying no, that is not the case. Don't bring in tribe into this. Afenifere is now telling Ohaneze, don't bring the tribe into this. It has no tribal coloration. Can you believe that? I never thought that, the day will come when I'll be saying such, I'm telling you. But I am very, very happy that this is happening in our time. That this is happening in our time. And nobody, I repeat, absolutely nobody is going to divide us anymore. I think that's happened and is now happening and will continue to happen until we get our freedom. The elders of Yoruba land, they understand that they are for something greater than a property. They know that. They know that properties can be replaced. But they also know that freedom is priceless. You cannot put a price on freedom. And that is what these young, brave, intelligent people are fighting for. And now you want to bring ethnicity into it. Ohaneze brought ethnicity into it. Ohaneze did. And that is why I am so enamored this afternoon to the words of Afenifere to the effect that you have divided us in the past. Exactly what I said yesterday during my interview. That was the same trick they played. The same trick, and it worked. Because people from the South then, they were not, they couldn't see the future. Today, everybody's eyes and ears are opened. It's now open, they can hear. Our ears are now open, we can hear and understand. Our brains are now working properly as a human brain should work, which is, if you are being enslaved and subjugated, remove yourself from there. It's not the case. They call themselves intelligentsia. People that in Abuja, they are doing the equivalent of Ebo here. That's what they're doing in Abuja. Running errands for Janjaweed. How many Yoruba elders live in Abuja? How many of them? Go and do your research. So I'm not surprised that this type of statement came from them. And we are very, very happy about it. From today, Britain will be scratching their heads saying, what else are we going to try? No, they've actually started with religion being propagated by the pig. Muslim Biafrans or Muslim Igbo. Some rubbish like that. Some nonsense. Idiot. He's the one they're going to use. So Nyawodo has failed in his bid to introduce ethnicity and tribe into this very difficult and he was very subtle. That was why he put it at the bottom of his statement, Ohaneze. You see, when I was telling you they were working for Fulani, did you believe me? You didn't. Now it's clear. Unbelievable. And I am highly disappointed with those who also attacked people's private businesses in Enugu. Very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. I'm telling you the truth. You don't know if you do that, you give hardened criminals the impetus to start robbing people. And when this revolution collapses tomorrow, you'll be crying, Nigeria is bad. I have been stuck in traffic for 4 hours. But when you had an opportunity to make things right, you started looking for a bank to break into. Black people. You are not disciplined. You don't know what discipline is. That is why anybody who controls any budget, they think they're entitled to it. And they spend your money and they damn the consequences. They say to hell with you. And you're behaving exactly like those you want to replace. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. And that is why we need to change. As we are seeking for change in the wider society, we also need to look at ourselves and change. When you're going for the protest, don't smoke ganja, because you will not be in control of all your faculties. If you see danger, it becomes attractive. If you see an idiot wielding AK-47 in uniform, your hand, goading them to shoot you. When you're going for a protest, please do not drink. Do not drink. You need all your senses functioning so you can identify danger and think properly. Now, let me ask you this question. Why is it that all the elite armies of the world, they don't allow drugs into the army? The only thing they allow is cigarette. Why? Have you asked yourself that question? You don't know that if you are on the streets, you are a soldier fighting for the future generation to come. You don't smoke ganja before you go out to protest. You don't drink. No, you need all your senses intact. It is not a time to steal. Because if you go out and claim you want to end SARS, that SARS was corrupt, they brought out POS, they were taking money from us, and you're going out to try to replace something as corrupt as SARS, or campaigning for it to be replaced, and you're busy robbing people. What does that make you? What does that make you? I'll tell you the truth. I am not a rich man. Despite the fact that IPOB is able to fund every program they have, regardless of how costly it is. We pay our consultants in Washington $85,000 every month. It is at the Department of Justice in America. It's not hidden. It's an open document. Go to DOJ in Washington, Department of Justice, and you will see the contract between IPOB and consultants on Capitol Hill. $85,000 a month, that's what we pay. I don't have access to it. I could have said to IPOB, DOS, please, let's try something else. And I divert. Imagine if Nnamdi Kanu was getting $85,000 every blessed month. I would be building one hotel every month. But you know one funny thing? That money is not mine. It doesn't belong to me. People contributed that money to execute a project. That money has to go into that project. Now, if you are a freedom fighter or a public servant and you claim you love your people, now ask yourself this question. Somebody gave you money to do something for them, and you executed that very project successfully. And you know that that very project has a conditionality. If you succeed in doing this very work and doing it very well, anything you want, I will give to you. Are you telling me that Biafra comes tomorrow? If I want Bentley, I will not get it? If Biafra comes tomorrow and I say to Biafran people, I want you to build me a 5-star hotel, I want to live in the penthouse, wouldn't they build it for me? Anything you want, you can get. But there is something you get that money cannot buy. It's called immortality. Not in the sense of the Almighty God in heaven, but in the sense that though the flesh may be dead, celebrate Nelson Mandela. The same way today, I saw somebody write about Delegiwa the other day. Some of you don't know who he is, but we know. And to me, he will be a hero. The bomb exploded and his intestines came out. Then, when Babangida took over. Are you listening to me? But today, Babangida is an elder statesman, a pillar of society, but he's a murderer. Babangida is a cold-hearted murderer. There are areas I give him credit for the work he did with the economy. I'm not going to, I have no issues with that. That was that was one of the periods that they tried to do something. Industrialize. At least he tried on that aspect. But he killed Delegiwa. Delegiwa's crime was that he spoke the truth. The same way that they came to kill me is that I tell them the truth. I have not killed anybody. It's only now that we are going to kill people. Killed us. And we left them. They came and they killed us again. We were playing peace. We are peaceful. They kept killing us. So the more peaceful we are, the more brutal they became. Now we are hunting them down. And now that we are hunting them down, the army are no longer shooting at people in our land. Of course, in some people where people are stupidly going to break into banks, fools. They are on the run. That is why we must remain resolute. We must remain determined. And we are not going to allow anybody to divide us. The South must be one. One, because that is the only way we can rescue our future. Not that we cannot go out and confront the zoo individually. But you have now seen the Global Alliance Against Freedom in Nigeria. I call it a global conspiracy against freedom in Nigeria. You saw how late they reacted. You saw what we had to do. I was live on air. And somebody said that others have spoken, that Trump has not spoken, or the administration have not actually responded to what was happening. If you go back to the clip, I said, after this broadcast, I will be having a meeting, and after that meeting, that something will happen. And that after that very meeting, something, of course, happened. And people wonder why we say these things all the time. We say them because we are living in a time and in a society where people prefer to be parochial and very negative rather than seeing the good that people are doing. You must understand this very well. If this is actually a nationwide revolution, if actually it is, then the revolution must take us to where we have to go to. And when we go to those places, we behave as revolutionaries do. These are the things that you ought to understand. These are the things that you need to know. But as I have said, as I have listed time and time again, I do not want people tampering with banks, with people's personal properties, or robbing them, because there is no difference between no difference, and we are not going to have that. We cannot have that. Not tomorrow, not ever. And there are some meetings taking place. It is happening in Europe right now. And when I say to people that we are determined, we are not going back, don't seem to understand what we are saying. I am telling Asorok, not to Buhari because he's dead. I am telling the Janjaweed, we are determined. We are determined. This generation is determined. You are not going to stop us. I posted something on my page before I came because I was going through Facebook and I saw something that Carol Monday had posted. It was an inspiration. I copied it and I posted it on my page as well. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. There are those who are worried, who are calling me, IPOB is peaceful. I said, yes, we are peaceful. We are peaceful and they killed us at Mpo. We are peaceful, and what is wrong with coming out on the street to celebrate the inauguration of President Trump? Nothing. Not asking of after Biafra, but coming out to celebrate the fact that a godly man had won, and they killed us in Iguacha. And they came to my house, I was with in the morning, went to First Bank to go and collect money from ATM. He collected money from ATM and turned inside the First Bank. A Fulani soldier shot him dead. They just killed him. Somebody I was with him. And Because Ohaneze and Igbo, Nyanwodo, and Igbo governors conspired together to kill us, to kill me in particular. They held it. We believe. They sat because we are peaceful. And then it occurred to me how foolish I have been all along. It occurred to me that Fulani doesn't understand it. If you say you're a peaceful person, they will keep killing you until you start building hotels like Owasirike. It's worship. Then we said, in this age and in this time, if you kill us, we kill you. I'm saying it live. Go and copy all those gossipers within the world. You people are now crying there is no more 2023 presidency. You are now crying. That alliance within the world, cut out what I'm saying. Send it to governments of the world. If you kill anybody, we shall kill you. As a governor, you give the order that peaceful protesters should be shot at. We will hunt you down. That's why we are looking for Kezi Ikpeazu. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. And the funniest thing is, protesters, they come back and say, oh, a force greater than me issued the orders. But you are the chief security officer of the state. Why didn't you resign? Did you know? You're still there collecting monthly allocation and security budget. Hiring your thugs once in a while. The thugs now out on the streets. They work for the government of Anambra State. Go and ask all of them. They came yesterday and was giving them 20,000 naira. They think I don't know. Of course we know. Because we know everything. Our intelligence network is second to none. They are doing it saying so they can blame IPOB. They have and was giving criminals 20,000 naira. They are the ones that snatch ballot boxes for them. They joined youthful Nigerians program now, isn't it? In Onitsha protesting for End SARS. Today, they're out on the streets robbing people. And we are getting calls left, right, and center saying, try and do something. But they are not IPOB. They are not. I've told you who they are. Mbuski, or whatever it's called, in Okpoko. Awasa in Awada. The Igwe of Oba. And Rojeni. Take these idiots off the streets. Take them off. Because if you leave them, there'll be hell to pay. We are in a revolution. We are not here to intimidate our people who have been suffering. We are not here to harass people who have been suffering and are in pain. We are not here to rob banks. People are injured. How are we going to get it to you if you're injured? Let's say you're going to vandalize a bank and you get injured. And only that bank can process a transaction for us to get money to pay the hospital to treat you. How then are you going to survive? Do you see that you cannot cut off your nose to spite your face? You cannot be behaving like Nigerian politicians and then you're telling me you're a revolutionary, you're fighting to end SARS, whereas you're behaving like a SARS officer or SARS recruit. You're behaving like SARS and telling me you want to end SARS. Does that make sense to you? Now you see why people are suffering. You must all go back to the ideals of this revolution. We are no longer protesting, we are in a revolution. And I have read out time and time again the cardinal rules, which I also put on my page. For some of you to listen and be able to understand. I don't know if my attention is being drawn to anything. It is important that we read it out. Very, very important. Okezie Ikpeazu is trying to escape through the Cameroon. He wants to go through Asaga and go through the waterways and into Cameroon. But we'll find him. We will find him. We will tell our people in Ambazonia to look for one bloated demon trying to cross the borders. We shall find him. We shall find him. We shall find him. He wants to return to Asaga or Hafia. All of you in Asaga or Hafia, please look out for Okezie Ikpeazu and apprehend him. Find him, catch him, apprehend him. Or better for him is to submit himself to the nearest group of people that he can find. Okezie Ikpeazu must be caught. He must be apprehended. We have to catch him. It is very, very important. Absolutely vital. Absolutely vital. I made it very clear that when you are in a revolutionary mode, because Nkiruka, what you are pursuing is greater than whatever nonsense you can find in the bank. No attack on banks, I want them. No attack on private homes and businesses. I want them. No ethnic bigotry. Nigerian youths are united. I warned everybody about this because they will try to divide you. That is what Fulani does best. But they are foolish. They are dealing with IPOB. As I told those fighting for Tinubu, I told them, you are dealing with IPOB. We're not in the West. No, we are not. We are a global monster. You are dealing with a monster that will consume you. So you've been listening to what they've been saying. Oh, they are miscreants, they are nothing. You have tried us now, you have seen. You cannot win. OB, the indigenous people of Biafra, the largest movement on the earth, you can do nothing to us. Nothing. You can gossip all you like. You can't do nothing. All you can do is you wake up in the morning, you're from Tinubu Support Organization, and then you're all over the place. With IPOB for your information. When it comes to media war, you can't win. Never. You can never win. CNN did not talk about us. World. But that did not stop us from getting to the UN. It didn't stop us from getting to the EU. It didn't stop us from getting on Capitol Hill. That tells you who we are, so that you may understand. You can attack us, you can push people away. If they kick you out of Facebook, download Idol. We are on FM. And I want to hear that before the end of this program, those idiots in Onitsha that have gone home. Because if they remain doing that, and I bring out men on Monday, there will be no mercy. I'm telling you the truth. Before God and man, there will be no mercy. So they might as well understand. You have spoken very well. What is happening where you are now, Udo? What is happening where you are?
Well, for now, there are lots of, because of the intimidation caused by the Nigerian police and some kind of forces, many young people who were part of this protest are now like waiting to take the next line of action.
The next line of action in Lagos is this. I want to let you people understand how revolutions are conducted. If they say you cannot come out during the day, you come out during the night. I said it in the morning. How much does nail cost? Ntuli nail. Go and get nails, and if you block a road, then you put nails on the road. Scatter nails, little nails, scatter them on the road. You puncture their tires. All their Hilux vans will be grounded. Don't you understand? Oh, Chineke. Anyway, when IPOB joins the revolution, then you will see how it is done. I can't understand that this is you can immobilize them. You see Oshodia Papa Expressway, you can make it unpassable for any zoo, army, or police van or vehicle. I'm telling you the truth. You can stop them. They are stopping you from protesting. My goodness me. Let's take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Please, your name and where you are.
Thank you, sir. It's Chibera calling you from South Africa, sir.
Please go ahead. We are listening.
Thank you, Onyendu. Onyendu, I just have two suggestions to make. Number one, you mentioned about ANC protesting for 40 years.
Yes.
Now, during the COVID, that is during the lockdown here in South Africa, especially the part where we live, myself particularly, I'm not here to boast, sir. You can ask our national coordinators here. We know how much we take care of our Nigerian brothers here. Now, what I'm suggesting now, those people selling giza or selling, I'm not undermining anybody. The world should listen and listen very good. The North are using what they call alamajiris. Without no insult, sir, we have a lot of alamajiris praying for the country to be good. They left Nigeria for reason to better their life. But they entered abroad and become worse than they are in Nigeria because the condition is not favorable. During the lockdown, you can ask my coordinator here. We contributed the money to our meeting, paying people's bill. Myself, I pay people's rent. What I'm asking all over the world in Nigeria, so it doesn't matter where you are. You have been in abroad for 15, 20 years. You have not gone home. Ask yourself why. You have been in abroad for 15, 20 years. Ordinary rent, you cannot pay it. We are all suffering for it. I'm not excluding myself. We all have our problems. Now, if ANC are protesting for 40 years in the embassies, instead of you to sitting down, work at 20 rand, 40 rand, only 60 euro after 20 years in a country, then why don't you now volunteer yourself? Contact us, we coordinator here, we can see big man all over the world, our Nigeria big men. Organize us our own Janja weed, our own, what they call it in the north, our own miscreant. They're staying abroad. Next sponsor them, feed them, because they're not doing anything here. Because the aim of this thing is to get everybody better. Now, 15, 20 years in abroad, you cannot afford it. Is it this opportunity you can sacrifice something? Join the IPOB, no. Take oath, you don't want to take oath. You don't like Nnamdi Kanu. Now everybody is awake. Where are you still waiting for? You're sitting abroad. When the APC, there is xenophobia here, APC come out, most people travel home, not because they are affected. It's an opportunity for them to go because everything is messed up, sir. I'm telling you the gospel truth. In the US, they have people like that. In China, they have people like that. South Africa will have many of them. Why don't these people wake up now? I'm talking to them. Let them organize them. Contact our national coordinator. I want you to give all the onions in this case now. Tell our big men, I know you're having meeting with them. Let them start sponsoring them. These people should go to the embassy and see because they're not doing anything. Then these are the feds they'll be seeing every day. Because if everybody sits at home, it doesn't concern me. Those who are bringing money out cannot go and see. Those who are working can't go to the embassy. But if you are in Anyoka, so for 20 years, in Anyoka, rent you cannot pay, then volunteer yourself, let's take care of your bill. Go to the embassy and start singing Monday to Friday. Then we know you are doing something, we can be paying you for that. Then we know. Another thing I want to say, sir, when is our media going to join this revolution? When are they going to join? Because they have been lying for us for many years. They have not entered. Why would you tell us that Buhari is having a meeting with the former president? Which one are you talking? You that I recorded the video and giving to. Those former president you are talking to, did they record the video and give to you? Those people that went to meet whoever you say is Buhari now, have they recorded the video during their presidency? Jonathan, let me to Babangida.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Record the video and give to you.
That is true.
So, yeah, if they have never recorded and give to you, and this one is recorded and give to you, and you could not use, why are the media joining us now? Because more than lie, the elite, those criminals are still having reason to lie more. But if the media join this revolution, don't do anything. Don't say Buhari said. Whatever Buhari said, Buhari said. If Buhari did not say anything to you, don't say it to us. God bless you.
You have spoken very well. Thank you very, very much. That is true, you know. Throughout the presidency of all these people, did they do any recorded broadcast? I believe that the answer is no. You know how horrible NTA is, and we still listen and hear them. And this one is just record. It's not even there is nobody there. It's just Aisha's man. There's nobody. You know, you zoo people, they don't have any president. There is no president in the damnable zoological republic, a place of damnation. We have come to the end of our program this afternoon, but I have an announcement to make. Brazil is coming out tomorrow. If you're listening from Brazil, tell other people they are coming out tomorrow. Berlin is also tomorrow. Philippines is on Monday. Everybody must do something. What have you done to support this revolution? What have you done? These are the questions you need to be asking yourselves. And we need to organize people in places, in small towns, in neighborhoods, to stop the advance of these murderers and killers. Only 12 people outside. From a window, you can block them off. From a window, you can prepare Molotov cocktail and ambush them. It's called guerrilla for a reason. Guerrilla warfare is there for a reason. Deploy it and use it. But above all, no vandalism and no stealing. But if you come across a corrupt politician, take them down and their investments. Thank you very much for listening this afternoon. We are reconvening this evening as always. From me, from here, good afternoon.